Hey guys, and welcome back to another episode of the Relevant Discussion Podcast, where we talk about everything that nobody wants to talk about. My name is T, and I'm here with my host B.
What's up, T? What's going on?
Ooh, check us out!
Yeah. We here.
Surprise.
We in studio. So much time of talking. We finally made it.
Exactly. We're here. That's why you guys haven't seen us or heard from us or nothing. We've been cooking this up.
Yeah, we've been ghosted a little bit, but that's all right. It's a good ghost.
Yeah, we ghosted y'all, but I hope you guys forgive us.
And I decided to bring little man to work. Everybody, this is Isaiah. This is my son.
Yeah, we have a special guest.
You wanna come say what's up to the people real quick? Come over here. Say hi. Say what's up, everybody.
What's up, everybody?
Say, my name is Isaiah. How old are you?
My name is Isaiah. How old are you?
What? No. How old are you?
Oh, 7.
You're 7.
Okay,
all
there
right.
we
He's
go.
soon to be 8.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a good looking dude. No? You're gonna leave me hanging? All right. You know this is on video, right?
Yeah, we're recording.
Yeah, you're gonna leave daddy on.
There you go.
You're gonna leave daddy hanging like that.
There we go.
Yeah, so yeah. What is going on, T? What's been going on with you?
Yo, I'm chilling. I'm vibing right now because we've been talking about being in the studio for since we started the podcast, and now that we're here, I feel good. I feel happy.
Yeah, for sure. We started out this year. Yeah, we started this year in February.
We started in the Zoom world.
Yeah, that's some grainy video.
God, we do apologize for that.
Yeah. It's all good. So yeah,
What's going on with you?
let's kind of
Yeah.
let me see what's been going on past couple weeks.
Yeah.
The kids are on right now. My son's on vacation, so I decided to take him to work with me today. So he gets to see, how things are done. I work from home as well. But first, actually, let me tell you. Before I jump into how my week was, for the new viewers, since the new audience here.
Yes.
Thank you. We definitely collaborated with Dope Entertainment. Thank you for welcoming us to the family here. As we said, we're very excited to be working with y'all. You get to meet the little guy.
Mm-hmm.
Eventually, my daughter may pop in as well. I don't know about that, but
You sure?
should be excited.
Okay.
So I'm married. My lovely wife Tanya. We've been together for about 20 years now.
You better get that correct.
Yeah. I could say 21. I could say 19. She'd be all right with that. She's not a stickler for it. What you say?
Oh, he about to rat on you.
She's how old?
Oh, you back up real slowly.
Anyway, I was really interrupted. So yeah, we've been married for 20 years. We've been together for 20 years, so high school sweethearts. We've been married for 12. So this dude could have been like 20 years old, yo. Yeah. But he's not.
Nah.
Yeah. I have I have Isaiah here. He's 7, soon to be 8. Then I have Autumn at home. She's 3, and she's gonna be 4 soon. They're both spark plugs. They definitely take up a lot of energy. My wife's very into fitness. She runs her own business. It's a BBT Wellness. So if anybody has some life coach needs or personal training needs, reach out to her on Facebook or on Instagram. On Instagram, she's Body by Tanya.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And as well as we're Relevant Discussions.
Mm-hmm.
So you'll find us on Instagram as well.
And YouTube.
Yes. Again, a little bit about myself. I grew up in the Boston area. Now I live out in the Worcester area. It is Central Mass, everybody. A lot of people say it's Western Mass and it's in the boonies, but it's not so much in the boonies.
You kind of are in the boonies, though.
It's not the boonies. Anyway, yeah, I'm like 5 minutes away from a mall.
Okay,
I know malls don't mean nothing
exactly.
anymore. But yeah. And let me see. So I graduated from Boston College in 2007 from the Woods Advancing Studies. So I finished up night school over there, and I work in the area. Yeah, that's it. That's really it about me.
All right.
And I still play ball. 38. I'm still holding it down, playing ball.
Yeah, they do. They still play ball.
I'm got the banging on the knees as soon as I'm done though. But I'm still out there getting it in.
You really about to tell people your age with the banging?
Yeah, I'm perfectly fine with that, yo. I'm good with the way I'm aging well. I'm aging well. I got barely any wrinkles. Got a few white hairs in the beard, but it's all good.
Okay. Okay.
Oh.
Wow, he really grabbed it too, just to.
He did grab it.
At least the camera's not zooming in, so they can see it. Though.
No, they can't see it from here. It looks like from here. It probably looks jet black. Yo.
All right. Well,
T, tell us about yourself.
Yeah. So
Tell
my
the people.
my name is Tennille, and everyone calls me T because it's way easier to say instead of saying my full name. I am married to Brady's brother, and actually we just got married last year in September. So I am a COVID bride. Yeah. And we have a 3-year-old. Her name is Isabella. And I mean, let's see, what can I tell the people about me? I'm Jamaican, full blown Jamaican. I work part-time. I work for a company that helps teen moms transition from being pregnant to being a mom for 3 years. And I work for Brady's company also. And what else? The podcast. The podcast is like my second baby. Love doing the podcast. Love giving you guys a little feedback on my life. And yeah, me and my husband, we've known each other for 4 years. 4 going on 5. And yeah, that's pretty much it. As we talk, you'll get to know us even more. This is just a quick little synopsis of our lives, but you definitely get to know more of us as the episodes go along.
Yeah, and actually, I almost forgot. Yes, she's of Jamaican descent. I'm of Haitian descent. I was born here, so I speak full Creole here. So everybody, sac passe. Everybody out there, make sure. I know everybody at least knows sac passe.
Exactly.
I mean, at least even my kids know sac passe. I'm trying to teach them how to speak Creole too. But
there you go.
Oh, come on. Get your Creole in. Go ahead. Sac passe, Isaiah.
Sac passe.
Waboule.
Come on.
Maboule.
Right, there you go. See that, yo? All right. So he's a work in progress.
All right. So let's jump on into the episode.
Yeah. So for today, this is something that's come up in the last, I guess in the last like 2 weeks. There've been a couple of instances where the N-word has been dropped.
Yeah.
I'd like to keep it. I don't even want to give the word the power like that. So I just keep it at the N-word, N-bomb. So a couple of nights ago, and I've heard this before. So on Xbox Live, when people playing video games, I don't know why, but that seems to be a word that just likes to get thrown around.
Really?
Yeah. Apparently, it doesn't matter what somebody is or whatever, for people to be using it, but it just gets thrown around there. So Isaiah's always playing Xbox. He's got it up in his room. I have no problem with him playing. So he's playing, and I encourage him. I'm his dad. So I don't expect to have like the, we're friends and stuff, but I do expect him to come to me with any questions. So even if there's nothing wrong, I'm like, hey, if something comes up and you don't like it, especially while playing online, definitely make sure you come and tell me. So here was the instance that, he came to me, and it was like 9:00 at night. He comes downstairs, he's done playing, and I've prepped him for this moment. Like, I said, hey, this is the word. If you ever hear this word, Just let me know, and we'll talk about it. How did the word come up? Who said it? I didn't want him to get thrown off guard, and I didn't want him to let's see. I didn't want him to go along with it. I wanted him to at least know what it was when it came up. So it came up. Someone's, while they were playing, someone came up. There was a group of them that was playing, and one of the kids on there said, "Hey, don't use that word. That's not a word for you to be using." Mm-hmm. So Isaiah heard it. He identified it, and so now we're talking about it. And I said, how did you feel when you heard it? He said, I didn't really feel, a particular way. Again, he's only 7, and then I started going into the origins of the word with him, just trying to explain to him, what the word meant, why was the word being used, and do you still play with that person that was in that group while y'all were playing? And he said, nah, I unfriended that person, so we don't, they won't have the opportunity to continue to play with me. Okay. I said, all right, cool. And then he brought up something else. He said, I said, if someone says that to you, like in your face, at school, because you never know these days, mm-hmm. I said, what are you going to do? And he said, I'm going to punch him in the face. I said, you definitely can't do that, because what's going to happen is, you're gonna be the one to get in trouble.
Yeah.
I don't know what's gonna happen to the other person, but I expect you to be the one to get in trouble. So you just need to. I honestly don't know exactly what he really should be doing. It's between saying, "Hey, that's not something you should. That's really something that you shouldn't say." Mm-hmm. And when he said punch the person in the face, I thought of being an adult and. What am I gonna? I've definitely been called. I've been called that a few times. Mm-hmm. I didn't hit anybody because I have too much to lose for me to engage with somebody that way. Yeah. So it's one of those things where it almost has to. You kind of have to let it roll off your back. But at the same time, you not to say that you're waiting for someone to say it, but don't get caught off guard when somebody does say it.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So it's right now it's kind of to be continued with him. So mm-hmm. I expect to have more conversations with him about this. That's the one thing. And then the other thing with that was T and I had a mutual friend that experienced that. But within the past 2 weeks. But once she's done telling her story, I have another view on it that I'd like to discuss with you guys. Yeah.
So, like Brady said, I was present when that person decided to use the N-word, and the crazy thing is that I was actually at work. I was posting in Charlestown, and he was coming to come help me finish up so we can just head out. And I seen him. I turned around and I seen that he was in the car. So didn't really pay attention to it. Just kept going. But I can hear the commotion in the background. I can hear people talking. But I'm thinking it's maybe someone's playing their music.
Yeah, my fault. I didn't realize you were that close.
Yeah, I was very close. So I could hear the commotion going on. I hear talking or whatever, and all of a sudden I heard then come out the car, and I instantly looked, and the person just skirted down the street, and the person came down, he parked the car, and he essentially told me what happened. He said he was trying to turn, but there was kids getting ready to cross the street, so he had to either he was going to cut them off, which he's not going to, or he was just going to have to just make an abrupt stop and just let those kids go, because those kids weren't even paying attention. They were on their phone. Yeah. They're on the phone. They're crossing the street. So they're not even really paying attention with what's going on. And He stopped. That person clearly did not like that idea at all and spoke in a whole different language, like cussing him out in a whole different language. But the only word he knew was the N-word. That was the only English that came out of his mouth. Everything else was a whole different language.
Yeah, I was amazed by that when he told me the story, when he told me about that.
Yeah, and mind you, this person, like, he was saying, "My bad." Like, he was like, "Oh, my bad."
Very apologetic.
Being very apologetic. He was like, "My bad." The kids were coming. I had to stop. There was nothing I couldn't do about it. I had to stop. But this person could really care less that there was kids coming. And he was too busy cussing out that person in his own native language that he made sure to drop the N-word in English so that person could know what he was saying. So when he did do that, that person ever so calmly said, "We'll step out the car." Mm-hmm. And before that person finished the second sentence of "we'll step out the car," he drove off fast. He put his seatbelt on and just drove off fast. So that was what expired. And I was shocked because I've never had someone call me the N-word in front of my face. I could be wrong. They could have said it behind my back. But I've never had someone actually physically call me the N-word. I know my brother has told me stories. So told me a story a month ago, someone calling him the N-word. But when I was growing up, I was called mostly like Blackie, or, I look like, the crayon, the color for crayon, or, like I look like the bush, or, stupid things like kids say when they are, growing up. So I just...
It's only harmless if the kid really doesn't know, and if the kid really doesn't know any better, because kids don't really know much.
Yeah, and I'm sure he didn't know better because, like, where I live is predominantly like Spanish, so like there are people that are my skin tone. Yeah. So he's just, when I was growing up, they were just saying that just to say it, like,
just to say. Yeah.
It's not like, oh, I'm gonna hurt your feelings by calling you like Blackie, or like you're dark as midnight, or whatever the case is.
And we used to crack you crack the jokes, amongst people and stuff like that. But
yeah.
when someone's being taught when a kid's being taught at home, that that stuff, and then they bring it somewhere. So now that's a different story.
Yeah,
that's a totally different story.
Yeah.
But yeah. So what if our friend had hopped out the car and this man had hopped out the car and he gave him a two-piece, I mean, just left him in the street. He'd be the one. He'd be, he'd end up being the aggressor. They would look at it as him as being the aggressor.
Sadly.
And he would probably lose a lot of. He'd probably lose whatever day job he's got.
Yeah.
He'd probably lose that. His name would probably be smeared all over the place.
Everywhere, especially because of his looks, because he, the
For sure.
type of style that he has with his hair. That's the first thing they're gonna say is like, look at him.
Yeah. So.
And we've had looks before. Like I've been with this person and we've gone to the supermarket and had someone stare at his head. Just like really, just this person, like, he has dreads, so like
Maybe they wanted to touch it.
Like,
That's,
the thing is, like, but that like, all jokes aside, that's what
right
people really do. Like, when they see like African American, if they see like our hair is like a certain way, like if it's like for women, if it's in like a natural form, if we have like an afro, if we just have it in a twist out, whatever like protective style like African American women have, the first thing they want to do is like, hey, can I touch it? Like, why do you want to touch it? I don't know where your hand's been. Why am I allowing you to touch my hair?
Walking up to a stranger and asking him if you could touch,
but
that's some wild.
But that's a very normal thing. It's a very normal thing, and that happened to me before, where someone's like, "Oh wow, your hair is really pretty," and like reached out to like touch my braid, and I'm just like, "What are you doing? Like, I don't even know where your hand's been. Like,
nothing.
Come on." Nothing. But that's happened before, where someone's like staring at his dreads, like as if it's like a foreign object. So, and if that person did step out the car, they both step out the car and, whatever would happen had happened.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I would, at that moment, I would have been proud because you stood up for yourself. Because nowadays you can't even stand up for yourself because now you look like the angry black man or you look like the angry black woman when it's not even your fault. It's like basically your feelings can never get hurt. You're not allowed to have feelings to get hurt because that person was entitled to call you whatever they called you. And if you get your feelings hurt, then you need to stuff it down and just let that be.
Suck it up.
Yeah.
That's why earlier when I said what are you supposed to do? I'm supposed to just let it roll off.
Yeah.
Roll off your back.
Yeah, like water.
So that's one that remains to be continued.
Mm-hmm.
But I wanted to put a little bit of a spin on that.
Before that.
Oh, go ahead.
Before that. So, for Isaiah being, a mixed child, that's a big thing because he doesn't fit in, as I heard, with mixed kids. They tend to find a hard place to fit in because they're not white and they're not black.
Right.
And people, the black side, I've heard some people that are, mixed, they find it hard to get in with both sides because the black don't see them black and the whites don't see them whites.
Yeah.
So with Isaiah being a mixed kid, like how would you essentially let him know, like, regardless of your skin tone, no one should ever call you the N-word? Like, how would you prepare him? Like, I know you prepare for him that, but like, how would that happen? Like, as he's growing up now, he's smart. He's a smart kid. He knows, like, you say that, okay, I'm gonna clip you. Like, you see how he clipped him.
I'm not even allowed to swear at the house. So
yeah,
so sometimes I do end up cussing on the podcast. I definitely can't do that today. So I'm kind of tight-lipped a little bit.
Isaiah, just leave the room for a second.
Yeah, the swear police is sitting right next to me.
At least you don't have a jar.
Oh man, I'd be broke probably. But I think it's important for me to continue to have the conversations with him, to let him know that it's not acceptable in any way, shape, or form. It's definitely grown up in the Haitian house, using that as a some people use it as a term of endearment. Some people don't use it at all. I'll say I use it with, and I say many of us are guilty of it.
Yeah.
I use it with like my super closest associates in very much private quarters.
Yeah, I don't use it.
I don't. Yeah, and even then, I still will have to say that I still shouldn't be using it. But for the people that do use it like out in public, that's a tough one because I feel like it almost gives some people. I don't want to get. You shouldn't. I feel like it confuses some people. Some people will definitely disagree with what I have to say. So I definitely think we shouldn't be using it. I once worked with someone in corporate that would use it in the office, and I'm like, I had to pull him aside one day, and I was like, "Yo,
you can't do that, sir.
Like, yo, what are you doing? Like, what are you doing here?" I pulled him to the side. When I pulled him to the side, I was like, "Dude, you're mad that they didn't hire that you dude. He was a temp at the time, and I'm just trying to. And I had a few years on him, so I was just trying to put him on the game and stuff like that and help him out. And he was like, he was mad that they didn't hire him, and I said, "Yo, what?" I was like, you hear yourself?" He's like, "Nah, I don't care. I said, "All right, man. I'll let it be. I'll let you be." So you do have that. You have that from time to time, and I think using it out in the open like that. It not to say that it should give a license or it has given a license, but some people do use it, and when you're using it as a term, I definitely had to switch it from I was raised in the 90s, so I use son a lot. You know, I call my brother son because he shine like one. I just had to say that. My
Of
fault,
course,
guys.
you had
My
to throw
fault.
that out
I
there.
had to throw it out there. But yeah, so damn, I just lost my train of thought
See?
just from saying that. Should
You
you
never
see, yo,
should
rap
have
lyrics
said
just be
that.
coming into my head
Don't do
just
that.
out of nowhere.
Don't do that. Don't do that. Anyways,
Dang.
let's.
Yo, it'll come back to me in a minute.
Yeah,
I'll mess myself
we'll
up.
let Brady figure out what he was supposed to say.
Yo,
But
I had good stuff to say too.
it'll come back eventually. Maybe next episode you'll remember it.
When you're un petit peu là.
I see that. I told you guys. Told you. But yeah, with me, I don't really I don't say the N-word out loud. If I'm talking to my husband and someone does something, we'll say, they're being a real ish, I won't say the word out loud, but
I mean, it is for an ignorant person.
We'll say like, you're
What?
being real ish. Sorry, my bad. I caught myself before. You're being real ish, but I don't say it out loud. I make sure my daughter doesn't hear it. I mean, she's still, she's 3, so she doesn't.
You don't want her running around screaming that.
No. She's.
Autumn just picked up the F word. She be using it correctly too.
Really?
Yeah. You just be. She
Man,
dropped something. What the F? I'm like, hey.
Yo, these kids are like sponges.
I finally just worked it out. Of her, so she doesn't say it. She doesn't say it anymore. But
yeah, no.
oh my goodness.
My daughter had like that one phase where like she didn't think we heard her and she said it, and I was just like, did she? I looked at my husband. He was like trying to cover up his laughter.
They always know how to use it. They always know how to. They use it in the correct context. Every time without fail.
I know, but anyways, let's get back to it.
Yeah, I just remember what I was saying earlier.
Boom.
So the big thing is I've started to do, and this is gonna be a tough one. I very much I love my old school hip hop, but it's in there, yo. It's in the music. It's definitely in there. I remember my dad jumped in my car one day. I don't know what I was listening to. It was bad.
Wu-Tang?
It was bad. Nah, it wasn't. Wu-Tang's for the children, yo.
I don't know.
And for the babies.
I know.
I can't really say.
babies,
So it wasn't Wu.
It wasn't Wu.
Wu-Tang. I was a big
Jadakiss.
I was a big Wu-Tang head. You saying Jada because of the verses last night.
Yeah, I'm just trying to name rappers that I think you might listen to.
Dang.
Dipset. Yeah, I brought them.
Yeah, they was probably in there, but I can't remember who it was. But every other word it was.
Beep.
Yeah, it was beep 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 beep.
Beep, beep, beep,
My
beep.
dad's in the passenger seat, and
That's even more awkward.
he got quiet. He got quiet. He was like, he said it in Creole too, so it just made it that much worse. He's like, Brady, man, I'm gonna say it in English first, and then I'm gonna say it in Creole.
Yeah, please.
Brady, this is what you listen to? I thought you were a serious guy. I was like, yo, he shot me to my core when he said that. I was like, yo, he just dropped me. And I'm driving, and I just felt everything that was in me just hit my feet. I was like, yeah, I'm gonna have to really think hard about this one.
You snatched your soul out your body.
But in English, it's not as harm. But in Creole,
Say it in Creole.
he's like,
though.
Wedzi, going to sit next to you, and
I
I was like, oh
my
dang!
God. It's-
It even hit me now in my chest.
I'm not even gonna lie. When Haitians be saying stuff, English don't even sound as painful as when like a Haitian says it. Cause like even now, I'm like, damn, that sounded way better than the English version.
No. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do that to Isaiah too. When I got something real to say to him, hopefully I'm gonna try to get him up on his Creole so I can say it to him in Creole so he can understand the magnitude of the situation when I'm talking.
It almost
to him.
sounds disrespectful.
It really does.
Like okay, sidetrack. When y'all say bum in Creole,
I don't fuck I want. I'm like, yo, that's dirty. It's a dirty word, man.
that gets me.
Gadem c'est son vagabond sale.
And it's the way you say it with disgust. The face.
That's just dirty. That's just dirty. And I just dirty bum. That's it.
It is.
But
But
vagabond sale. You know
But
what I mean?
it's the way you guys say it, the facial expression, the disgust in your face. You could tell like it hurts you. It hurts me, saying it to you. Like when your parents used to beat you, it hurts me more than it hurts you.
Yeah, really, yo, really.
But anyways,
I didn't cuss. He tried to come. You see the
No.
cuss police stepping up. I didn't.
no, he didn't cuss. He didn't cuss.
I didn't
But anyways,
cuss.
let's get back because
Right.
we can
definitely deviated from the,
a lot. But
yeah.
yes. So with that being said, if that ever happened again, I'm not an instigator. If anything, I'm a protector. I would protect. And when that happened, I almost wished I could have just jumped in and have some words for this person, because you're not going to get away with it.
Yeah, you trying to come up with the word that hit is hard. Mm-hmm. You never really.
No, there isn't.
Yeah.
But you're gonna keep finding it. But it's like it's almost you wanna know what nationality they are, so you can hit them with something that like hurts them. So the N word hurts us. It's like you almost want to know like what's your nationality, because if you gonna say it like that, then I'm gonna hit you with something that will hurt you even more.
And you
I'm
thinking
gonna
quick.
keep on, and I'm gonna
thinking
keep
real
going.
quick. Which one? You going through the word bank in your head.
Exactly. It's like an assault rifle. I'm gonna keep going. I'm gonna keep going until you can't even stand up no more. Like that's how I felt when it happened, because it's like I'm gonna keep going. I'm gonna try to find every single word to get you to make you feel like wow. So that's how I made you feel. And then once that even hits you, then it's not even a fraction of it. Like I still want to keep going.
Yeah.
Because that's just how I am as a person. Like you disrespect one person that I love and care for, then it's done. It's finished. It's over. Like that's it. No words.
I feel you on that. I definitely feel you on that. And I'm these days, man. I'm so much on the good vibes only thing.
Yeah.
I hate to say it. I hate this again. Have it roll off my back, but I got too much to lose to put somebody on, to put somebody down on the concrete. For some words.
Yeah.
At that.
Maybe in a different time, like maybe when you were younger, it wouldn't even be a thought.
I can't really say because they might try me as an adult.
No, but I'm saying, like, or I'm like saying hypothetically, like, say if like back in the days when you were young, dumb, and didn't care, like, say if like someone.
I didn't have that.
No.
I would.
No one's ever like hit you with the N word when you were a kid or like a teenager.
Hell yeah, they did.
Yeah, but I'm saying
did.
like, so you still wouldn't have put them down on the concrete.
I didn't.
Oh, wow.
I try to think like three steps ahead.
Yeah.
But like if I lay this person out, or if we gotta get to hands,
Mm-hmm.
where am I gonna end up?
Yeah.
I'm
a bad influence.
I was already college bound and everything.
Yeah.
I was already thinking about about life, moving forward.
Mm-hmm.
My parents didn't hesitate to plant that in my head constantly, so
Yeah.
I couldn't.
But see how
Basically,
bad I was?
in my house, if you get arrested, I'm gonna kill you. That was basically what
I think that's all Haitian.
what it was.
That's all like
It
islands.
really is.
It's all like if you were born in the islands, doesn't matter what island it is. That was the motto. If you get arrested, don't even come home.
No.
You have no family.
Yeah, I've had a few search parties out for me, yo. A few times. They're searching the neighborhood for Brady. But yeah, the reason why I bring up we brought up like this whole topic. I would like to challenge everybody to, for those of you that do use it, just stop using it. Find another word that if you're using it as a term of endearment, find another word. I think it's time that we get rid of the word.
I think it's also hard too. Because
It is,
like,
yeah.
It is like I don't want to say it's part of people's vocabulary, but it's like you talking to your homeboys and you drop it, and it's like it's just like we're talking. I don't even think about it twice. It's almost just like
I do.
Well,
I'm always thinking.
Yeah, for you,
That's why I talk a little bit slower. The people, but the people, I've come to realize that the people that really think when they're talking and talk a little slow can say the wildest stuff.
Yeah.
And when you ever if you ever see Kevin Garnett in an interview,
Yeah.
and he's talking slow because he's gonna say something, he might slip up and say something crazy. I've heard of crazy wild stuff he said on the court. And sometimes you could have heard it when he was playing for the Celtics. You could hear it through if you're watching the TNT broadcast. You could hear this stuff. I'm like, yo, those mics are good on the court. But he's talking like that. But if in an interview, if you watch, he's talking mad slow because the conversation, because the words are real calculated for him. Because in my opinion, I think he might slip up and say something.
Say something wild.
Yeah.
Well, there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with thinking before you speak. Cause
oh yeah, your mouth could be your worst enemy too.
Yeah,
bro.
but I'm just saying, like for you, okay, you are like thinking ahead of what you're going to say. But for the people that are just like now, like we're all just kicking it, we're chilling, everyone just vibing, and someone drops the M-bomb when he's just talking. Obviously, they're not thinking like, oh, I'm hurting your feelings, or like, damn, I probably shouldn't say that. It's just like you drop it and it keeps going. Like
That's my dude.
Yeah, he's like, oh, yo, that's my, it's my homie, that's my N. But you're not like, that doesn't register in your mind that like, you probably shouldn't be saying that, because now like people out there think, well, if they can say it, why can't we say it?
That's always been
that's
like
the
argument
topic.
too.
That is like the major topic, is if they say it, why can't we say it? It's just like, nah, I shouldn't have to educate you on why you can't say it. And yes, we shouldn't even be saying it either, but we still do. And shame on us. Like it's like you said, it's in the music.
Yeah, and it's tough to point it at hip hop. I mean, hip hop is really, it's really a storyteller. It's part of the media. I can't say, I enjoy hip hop. My kids love it. But I think some things do need to change with that, because I think that's the culture. That's where a lot of the stuff comes.
Yeah, unfortunately. But I mean, it's a learning curve that we have to learn to not drop the M-bomb constantly, and try to remember like there's other words out there that we can use, like what up homie, son, as you would say, my dude. We can come up with some words like boom. If you make up a word, you see how far
if you make something up and it's catchy,
done.
It catches, and all of a sudden it's all over the place. So that's why that really came up. That's why that came up. Those two things kind of just sparked the creative juices to really start to just discuss that today. But I think we should be wrapping up pretty soon here. So we definitely we're gonna with this being our first podcast here,
keep it short and sweet.
Yeah, well, actually it was a little long here.
We had longer before. We hit them with an hour podcast.
Yeah, so that's true. That's true. But yeah, so we'll have discussions like this. We'll have discussions like this. We'll have people. We'll have guests. We'll have guests come on, whether it's in studio or via Zoom. We in the past we've talked to Christian Bond about life insurance.
We'll have him come back again as a part 2.
Yeah, for sure. We can talk about that. Different things that he's seen in the industry. Are there any shifts with what he's seeing with people looking to be insured? A friend of mine, a close friend of mine, recently, probably last like month or so, Francis Pierre. Shout out to Francis Pierre, Blueprint Group. He, I think he was. Geez, could you remember? I reposted
didn't he like something of like financial?
Yeah, I think he ended up in the top 100. And I'm gonna pull that up for y'all.
Yeah, but
if y'all, he's very good with he's definitely a master at what he does. Whether it's he helps people, and I might be saying this wrong, so I'll definitely have him come on and share his story with us. He definitely helps people out with or businesses with business credit, business loans, and then he's definitely well into real estate as well. So anytime I got a question about real estate, business loans or anything like that, I definitely holler at Francis. I think he's on Instagram. He's at Franchiser, and he's founder of Blueprint Group.
Okay.
You can find them on Instagram as well.
Okay.
I have a hard time finding.
Maybe we should. Are we gonna have our spouses back on here again? Have my husband and your wife come back on as a part 2?
Yeah, we'll have them. We'll have them come on too. You guys can meet our spouses.
Yeah.
We definitely share stories. I definitely have even some stuff that we haven't talked about before.
Yeah.
I'll definitely bring that on. We just want to be able to moving forward. We just want to be able to discuss things that haven't really been discussed. We're first generation. I'm first generation Haitian here in the States. I think same thing for T. So we're kind of. Am I wrong? Yeah, wrong. A little bit. Yeah,
a little bit. My brother.
Right.
Yeah, my brother.
Okay.
My brother.
All right. And so yeah, there's some things that hadn't been explained to us, and I mean not to the older generation's fault.
No.
Just things that they didn't know, things that we're learning. And I even still I share stuff with my parents as well. So there's gonna be a lot of different topics, a wide range of topics that we're gonna be discussing here with you guys.
And it's in our bio.
Yeah.
We talk about stuff that nobody talks about.
Yeah.
So I hope you guys are ready for the ride, because we're ready. And once again, I want to thank Dope Entertainment for bringing us on to their squad. We really appreciate you guys. Shout out to you guys for everything. And B, do you have any final sayings towards the end?
I don't. I don't. Actually, maybe I do. Light bulb just went off.
Bing.
I'm gonna challenge everybody.
Ooh, homework.
Those, yeah, this is homework. Yo, I'm gonna challenge everybody. Everybody out there that uses that word that we were talking about, stop using it. I challenge you to stop using it. If you catch yourself, you about to say it, switch it up, use something and use something else.
Yeah.
I think we need to weed that word out.
I agree.
Like yesterday.
I agree. And please,
For sure.
Go to our Instagram, Relevant Discussions. Leave a comment if you guys have ever, or DM us. Either one. Leave a comment. DM us. Tell us a story. We love talking to you guys. So please do come on, subscribe to our YouTube. Follow us on Instagram. We're back up again now that the secret's out. Please do. And let us know what it is. Have you guys ever been called the N-word? How does that make you feel?
Word.
Drop a quick story or DM us so we can, maybe share it on the podcast. And that's my final thought. And as always, please protect your happiness. Please protect your peace. No one should be able to take away the good vibes that you have. No one should be able to take away your happiness. So
yeah, discuss that. Thank you, everybody.
That. Love you guys.
Thank you for taking the time to listen. We appreciate y'all. Isaiah, you want to say bye to everybody? You'll get that bass in your voice. Come on. I know you got it. Come on.
Hurry up, kid.
Come on.
Bye.
Bye.
Oh, that was baseless. All right, everybody. Later.
Bye. See y'all later.